Well, welcome back to the last stop of the Formula Kite Spain series here in the windy town of Tarifa. This production was made by Xports Media. Everyone is ready to watch the next race of the event. Let's look at the standings after the fifth race. Axel Marcella, the French rider, is leading the event with 5 points, followed by Denis Taradin with 18 points. Mario Calvucci, the Italian champion, is on third position, only 3 points away from Denis Taradin. Don Sarka from Israel is doing an incredible job, sitting in fourth place with 27 points. Theo Lospis, fifth position overall, followed by Mike Sakowski from Poland. Martin Dolenk is finally in 7th place overall, followed by Alejandro Climent. Eli Aldrich is in 14th place overall with 86 points, followed by Julia Damasevich, only 5 points between the two of them. Magdalena from Poland, third position for the women's fleet. Gisela Pulido, unfortunately, she got another DNC. She's a little bit behind the fleet, but this is not over. Let's get ready for the next race. Four Element Skateboarding, the best skateboarding school in Mexico. Thanks for making this transmission possible. We have less than 1 minute to the start and all of our riders are getting ready for it. We can see that the majority of the fleet is approaching the starboard tack towards the starting line. The conditions are still very challenging right now and the wind is still going a little bit all over the place. The wind speed is somewhere between 23 to 25 knots around the course, but now I can see that the wind shifted a little bit towards the left hand side of the course. So if some of the riders take the decision to go for port start, it's gonna be an incredible start. Let's see what's gonna happen. It looks like the top riders also, they are approaching on the starboard tack towards the starting line. Yes, we can see that some of the riders are approaching on port tack. Hopefully they can make it because the entire fleet is approaching the starboard tack. And here we go, Formula Kite Spain Series 6 race, and looks like Blase, Kiko Peiro, and Sebastian Ducos, they're taking the right decision to go for the 4-star, and they made it. They are crossing the entire fleet on port tack with no problem. This is an incredible start. Mario Calvucci is right there next to Axel Marcella. We can see that Axel Marcella wants to get out of there. Yes, here we go. Axel Marcella attacking now. Hopefully he's gonna clear out from the entire fleet. We can see that all of them, they're approaching on a starboard tack. Theo Lostis, he's one of the riders that he couldn't make it. He's right there between all of the riders approaching on the starboard. And yes, he needed to tack one more time to keep clear from the rest. Oh my friend, that was a very tight start because looks like the wind shifted a lot. Looks like the wind shifted a lot towards the... Oh my friend, Theo Lostis, he crashed. That was a massive crash. Oh, he's holding his leg and hopefully Theo Lostis is okay. He's still on the water. He's still holding his leg. And I hope Theo Lostis, the showman from the Kitty, he's fine because that was a very hard crash. Because that's the thing, right now the riders are holding a lot of power with those kites and plus swell going on is very challenging and the risk is higher right now. What the riders are doing on the course is very challenging. Blasek, he's going first position. He has a very good gap between him and the rest of the fleet. We can see that Marcus, he's leeward from Axel Marcella, Mario Calvucci, Martin Dolenk. They are very close to each other and this is gonna be a very tight fight approaching to the Dogmar because it's gonna be no room to go around the Dogmar for the first lap. That's the thing, the wind shifted somewhere between 25-30 degrees towards the left hand side of the course and that's why the riders are gonna make it only with one tag towards the top mark. And here we go, Blasek is approaching and look at this incredible shot. Yeah, also plus we can see that the second mark, the V2, it's also in another position. It's a little bit more downwind. And here we go, Blasek from Poland, he's stacking. He's the first rider going around the top mark on first position for the first lap, followed by Axel Marcella, Martin Dolenk, Mario Calvucci and Marcus right there in a tight fight. And look at this, it's gonna be very tight right there on the top mark. Denis Taradin, unfortunately, he's a little bit behind the fleet, but he's still in outside of the top 10, and we're gonna see what he's gonna do because he has been doing an incredible job for the last 3 races. And Blasek, he's the one going away, still on first position, followed by Axel Macella. Oh my friend, Dale lost his, looks like he's back on the foil. I'm very glad he's fine and he's able to ride the foil. And here we go. Now Oliver Ryder's going on the first downwind leg towards the gate on the bottom of the course. But of course, this is gonna be very easy. I bet they're gonna be able to make it to the gate with no jives, because the wind shifted a lot, and I bet they're gonna do it. Here we go. Look at this incredible shot from the air. We can see the entire fleet going on downwind right now. Very impressive shot, and Blasek pretty much leading the entire fleet on first position, followed by Axel Macella, but Axel is closing the gap. I can see that Axel Macella is a little bit closer to him. Let's see what's gonna happen. They are approaching to the gate on the bottom of the course, and here we go. Blasek, of course, he's taking the decision to go on the left-hand side. That's the best option right now. And yes, he's throwing the first tag immediately. But let's see what's gonna happen. Oh, my friend Marcus, he almost crashed right there in front of Mario Calbucci. And here we go. He's going for the tag. Mario Calbucci as well throwing the tag. Martin Dolenk right there in front of him. This is very intense. Let's see what's gonna happen because Blasek, yes, look at that. He's right there between Oliver Riders coming on the starboard tag. This is insane. I can't believe it. Oliver Riders coming on the starboard tag down with full speed, and Blasek is going right there between all of them. Remember, the riders with the right hand side, they have the right of way. Right now, Blasek, Axel, and pretty much all of them, they're going on board tag. They need to keep clear from the rest. Oh, my friend, Julia Damasevic, she got stuck on the gate and everyone is passing her. That's pretty dangerous right there. You don't want to get in that position, my friend. Everyone is approaching with a lot of power and a lot of speed around the gate. Here we go. Marcus, Mario Calbucci, and Martin Dolenk, they are doing an incredible job. And Blasek is the target right now. He is on first position and everyone is hunting Blasek right now, but this is very impressive. But Axel Macella looks like he's closing the gap. Blasek somehow he's dropping the angle. Probably he hit a pump and he's not able to hold that power on the kite, and that's what I'm talking about, my friend. A lot of pressure on the leg, a lot of work on the legs to hold that power. And here we go. Looks like Martin Dolenk also his wingward from Mario Calbucci. Yes, we can see that Marcus is also right there, still in the fight for the top places. Axel Macella, he's approaching to the top mark, and here we go. He's the first one to throw the tag, followed by Blasek, Martin Dolenk right there in front of Blasek, and Mario Calbucci. He's also approaching to Blasek. I'm telling you, they are haunting him. He's doing incredible, but Martin and Mario Calbucci, they're coming faster. And look at this, Axel Macella, he's approaching to the second mark, and look at that other rider with the black kite. We can see the difference of the speed. Look at this, the difference of the angle. This is incredible. You can put that into perspective how Axel is able to deliver an incredible performance on the water right now. And that's amazing. Tel Lost is cheering up his teammate from France. And that's the thing, my friend. Having fun on the course after having a hard crash. But he's right there also. He's still on the course. And if Axel Macella is able to stay clear and he's able to stay consistent all the way to the bottom of the course, he's pretty much gonna be able to take the next bullet of the Formula Kite Spain Series. Mario Calbucci looks like he's able to put a better angle. Martin Dolenk is a little bit from the outside of the course. Blasek, he's still on fourth position, followed by Marcus. And here we go. Axel Macella, he's approaching to the last mark on the bottom of the course. Yes, no jives. Pretty much straightforward from the top mark all the way to the bottom. And here he goes, he's throwing the last jibe, very close, he's looking very good, very consistent. And the fight right there, look at that, Mario Calbucci, Martin Doleg and Blasek throwing the jibe pretty much at the same time. And here we go, Mario Calbucci is doing it, Italian champion is on second place, but Martin Doleg is pretty close to him. Axel Marcella, he's approaching to the finish line, everything good for him, he's dropping the speed a little bit, of course, he wants to secure that next bullet, and he's coming, and he did it. Axel Marcella, the French rider, got the next bullet for the Formula Kite Spain Series, and Mario Calbucci, he's able to cross the finish line in second place before Martin Doleg. What an incredible race, and this is not over. Marcus Edregan, he's gonna make it, he couldn't make it. He was about to take over Blasek on their last part of the course, but Blasek with an incredible jump crossing the finish line in fourth position. Jacob from Poland, he's approaching to the finish line and he's gonna cross the finish line in sixth place. Denis Taradin inside of the top 10, he couldn't make it all the way to the top, but it's okay, he had a good race, and we can see that Max Sakowski crossing the finish line on 7th place. What an incredible race. Alejandro Climent crossing the finish line on 8th position. Definitely, he's having a hard time in these kind of conditions, and I know that in his home spot, it's pretty much live wind conditions, and that's why he's having a hard time right now, but he's doing incredible. He's right there inside of the top 10, but it's okay. This is not the best race for him, but that was an incredible race. A great work start from a couple riders. Blasek, he gave example, he was delivering incredible performance, he was able to hold the first position until the second lap, and Axel Marcella did it again with another bullet. This is Formula Kite Spain Series 2020. Let's look at the standings after the sixth race. Axel Marcella, the French rider, is dominating the event with 6 points, followed by guess who? Mario Calbucci, the Italian champion, he's final in second place with 23 points. Denis Taradin, unfortunately, he didn't have a good race. He's on third position overall with 28 points. Max Sakowski from Poland, he's in fourth place overall, followed very closely by Dor Sarka from Israel. Martin Doleg, he's getting better in the leaderboard in sixth place overall, but he's tied with the same points with Theo Lostis, 54, the two of them. Eli Aldrich, she's on 15th place overall with 103 points, followed by Julia Damasevich with 107 points. Magdalena from Poland, she's on third position for the women's fleet. Gisela Pulido, unfortunately, she didn't have another good race. Poema Müller right there next to her. Julia Markovska and Sofia Kotler, they're having a hard time around the course, but this is not over. We have 2 more races to go. Everything will happen here in Formula Kite Spain Series 2020. 4 Element Skyboarding, the best skyboarding school in Mexico. Thanks for making this transmission possible. This transmission was brought by Xports Media. My name is Santos Villegas. Thanks for watching and see you in the next race.